There we go. A good start to Dom in the City. Hello, subs, slaves, sluts, kinky people, doms, masters, bad bitches, goddesses, all of that in between. Welcome to another episode of Dom in the City. I am Mistress Marley. Happy New Year, everybody. Woo!
Happy New Year!
Oh my gosh, I have not talked to you guys or had an episode since I sat down with Goddess Gina. That was an amazing episode. That was way in October. I feel like I'm the podcast where, I'm going to give you an episode every 2 to 3 months and that's it. I ain't sitting here every week and you just going to have to deal with it. That's it. That's all. Also, y'all, it is MLK Day. Shout out to Martin Luther King Jr. and the famous words of him. Don't let these white people get on your nerves, okay? And we stand by that all the time. Reparations always. So yes. Happy New Year, y'all. It is 2025. My birthday is in 6 days. I'm so excited. Aquarius season coming in hot. I'm going to be 31, y'all. 31. Getting a little old, but I still look 25, so that's all that matters. I'm headed to Hawaii tomorrow, so this episode is being filmed right before I go to Hawaii. I'm so excited to showcase everything that I have coming up in Hawaii, y'all. I'm on my content creation bag this year. I got me a new camera, the Osmo Pocket 3. Shout out to Osmo. That camera is amazing, so I'll be taking with me and getting some content. What's been going on since I last talked to y'all? I was in Lady Gun magazine, so that's in print now. Shout out to Lady Gun. That was an amazing story that I did with them. I've been creating events back to back. House of Domina is now going to New Orleans in May 1st to the 4th. It's already sold out, y'all. It's sold out in 48 hours. I'm so happy for that because I'm like, whoo, let me see how the girl's going to feel about going to New Orleans. So that's a whole nother thing that we have coming up as well. Also today, I dropped information for Camp Fendom. So we are going camping, okay? This is a first for me to be going camping. Y'all know I'm dainty. Y'all know I like to be put up and pampered and all these different things, but we're going to try something new. We're going to do some camping. So I'm running that event with the marvelous Mistress Unknown. We have more information coming about that soon. To check out my page for all the details, everything going on. What else? Oh, I had to drop some people this year, y'all. Beginning of the year, I came in hot, had to drop some people, had to get rid of some dead weight. It is what it is. Y'all know I don't tell too much in my business, but you got to do what you got to do to move forward. So, with all of that being said, before we get into our lovely guest for today, lovely guest, and I wanted to bring on a guest today that brings a new perspective to the show, right? So I've interviewed doms before that have been in the game for a while, like Mistress Unknown, Queen Melanin. I've even interviewed subs like Hoodman, Pup Kenzo, people like that have been in the industry for a while, but I wanted to interview somebody, that's stepping their foot in. They've already kicked the door down, but they've been in it a little bit less years than I would say the other people that I've interviewed. But we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, I want to bring up a topic that has been brought to me a lot in my inbox. And, I've talked about this topic before, on my Instagram. I made a video and the girls loved the video and it was just me being real. One of the main questions I get in my inbox a lot is, Mrs. Marley, I want to be a dominatrix, but I don't want to be mean to men. Like, I don't want them to think I'm being mean to them. I don't have it in me to be mean. Like, I don't want to humiliate them. I don't want to do any of those things. What should I do? When I get that question now, I just delete it and I don't respond because my thing is this. Why are you talking to me? I'm going to just be very blunt, y'all. Why are y'all talking to me? Why do y'all want to be in this industry so bad but do not want to detach from the notion of having to be a good girl for these men? It just makes no sense to me. Mm-mm. And the reason why I bring it up is because a lot of you see the glitz and glam of me being spoiled and getting the money and traveling and the bags and all these different things. But what you guys don't realize is that you see that glitz and glam because I was mean to men. And I am mean to men. And I love doing it. And I love doing it for a living. So a lot of you see this industry and you see the cute stuff, but you don't understand the things that go on behind the scenes to get to those points. And I just try to be real with everybody that tries to come into this industry as a dominatrix. If you are someone that feels like you can't humiliate men, or you have to be a good girl, or you want to be acceptable, or you want to, be on the other end of servitude, and, oh, it's so weird to have a man on his knees serving me, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you right now, just step out my inbox, baby. It ain't for you. It's not for you. And I say that in the nicest way that I can say it. But it's a burning question. And I just feel like, when we are humiliating these men, it's not just humiliation. We're diving deeper into parts of them that want to explore those parts of themselves. A lot of men come to me because they're embarrassed to share this with regular people in their everyday life. Or maybe they haven't found a woman that they can date that is accepting of him wanting to get on the floor and kiss feet and lick the floor and be human furniture and all these different things. And so they come to me and I do those things. I get paid for it, rightfully so. But it feels normal to me. It feels natural to me. So I want y'all, before y'all, come into this industry of being a dominatrix, whether it's lifestyle or pro, I want y'all to ask yourselves, can I be this person? Am I this person? Am I naturally this person? Because you also want it to feel natural. But that's just me on my soapbox, y'all. Be mean to these men, please. What are you gaining from being nice? A compliment? A text back? A call back? Maybe some dick? Who cares? Go get you a dildo. You'll be fine. Trust me. But yes, with that being said, we're going to move on to our special guest. So our special guest today is someone that started off as a student of mine, has come a long way. I won't even say a long way because I already knew that she knew what she wanted when she entered the industry. It was, there's a lot of people that I mentor where it's like pulling teeth, where they're just like, clearly they don't want to do the work. They want it to come easy for them. They want to feel like, I don't have to do a lot of work. I just want the men to come to me and that's it and that's all. And then when I check their pages, there's nothing going on and they're wondering why they're not making any money. They just don't want to do the work. But I can honestly say this person right here has done the work and is still doing the work. And I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
I am Goddess Dealana. That's me.
Period. It's like the intro to a TV show. I'm Goddess Dealana. That's me.
Ting.
I need more champagne.
We should, I want to do a little toast.
A toast?
A toast to 2025.
Period. I love a good toast.
A toast to your birthday and a toast to me.
She needs some more.
And what our future holds.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first student spotlight.
Oh, yeah, this is the first student spotlight. No, it is. It is. Let's cheers to that first.
Cheers. First student spotlight.
Period. And then what else we want to?
Happy birthday. Almost birthday.
Oh, my gosh. Let's cheers to that. All right. So tell everybody who you are, a little bit about you as a dom, just what you do. Just tell it all.
Before I do that,
okay,
I'm embarrass you a little bit. Y'all, she mad humble. I know that she comes off like this is the dom and I'm an Aquarius and stuff, but she really is actually humble. But I'm going to give her this present anyway.
Oh, my gosh. See.
Because part of this is about people being mature. I'm old school. So when we bring gifts, it's etiquette.
I love it. I love it. Oh, my gosh, y'all.
All right, so 3 gifts for you.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
I came from Virginia, so Virginia chocolates.
Okay, look. Virginia is for chocolate lovers. So Virginia's for me.
I know that you're into the herbs because she's a magical mommy.
Ooh.
So she got a seed bomb.
Oh,
it's
my God.
basil, mint, thyme, and lavender.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So you could grow your own herb.
Oh, my gosh. I've never seen anything like
your
this.
Your new crib, because she leaving y'all. So when she bought her crib, I was thinking about that for the new house.
Yeah, y'all, I'm moving to Atlanta in April. So I'm out of here. That's a whole nother topic.
Last but not least, happy birthday. She just got over being a little under the weather, so you got some birthday socks.
Oh, and look how they wrapped them up. This
and
is so cute. Oh, thank you so much.
You're
welcome. I have to do that.
Y'all,
let me tell y'all, I'm someone that, I love receiving. I receive a lot from my subs and things of that nature. But when gifts come from other Black women, it's just closer to my heart. It's just like, you didn't have to do that. But no. Enough about me. Okay, you. Tell us all about you. Go ahead.
Well, so I'm Goddess Dealana. I got into this industry as a pro only in 2023, like August, September 2023. So not even 2 years yet. And I was given Mistress Marley's name by a friend of mine. And a few of my friends, so also a little bit about me too. I am a former Marine. And I find that a lot of former Marines are doms. And I guess that just goes with the territory of being confident, being assertive, and self-assured.
Mm-hmm.
But that former Marine that's my homegirl kept trying to convince me over a couple years, and a male Marine friend of mine too, like, you should be a Dom. You should be a Dom. And I'm like, nah, because I thought I was like too feminine to be a Dom, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I was just like, nah, that's not really me. But I have a very dominant personality, and I was trying to make myself fit into that good girl or good wife, whatever, submissive woman role, because I was brought up, in religion. So trying to be all these things that I'm not, I guess my friends could see through that. And they're like, you should be a Dom. And I finally, on her suggestion, reached out to you because at this age, I know that you can't really get far without a mentor. You can't. You could try and do YouTube University, do whatever you want to do, but it's best to go straight to someone who has achieved what you want to get to, and you're there, and you offered that mentorship. So I reached out, and now we're here.
Period. I know we're not supposed to ask this question, but if you don't mind us asking, how old are you?
I don't mind now. But I did because, and that's why we're here to talk about it.
Yeah.
I thought that if I gave my real age, I wouldn't be marketable. But we have proven that that's not true. So I am all of 47. I'm 47 years old.
And looks damn good.
Yeah, I will
when
be
she
48
first told me how old she was, I was like, you lying.
this year. Yeah, I'll be 48 this year. Yeah.
And looks damn good.
Thank you.
Look, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I hear all the time, like, black don't crack, but black people even be like, damn, you, even for the black don't crack. I be like, I know, I feel like I'm aging in reverse. I'm even astounded how I look. So,
I mean,
don't
you look young. You really do. Like,
I don't
really
even get it because I look younger than I used to look.
That's that magic.
When
more women should practice dominance. It helps you age in reverse. I promise you, because you have less stress, because you got the boys taking care of everything that you need done. Period.
And you know what it is too? Yeah, I'm not stressed. I actually just saw a TikTok, but the other day about this community of women-led a matriarchal society in China. Those women they've been studied by doctors. They have way less stress. They live longer because they're the ones who run the whole society.
Yeah.
And it's
that's
also
how it should be.
And it's also poly.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
And why are there only these little sects of women-led communities?
We got to change it. We got to change the game up. That's what we got to do.
Change the game. We do.
So since we are talking about, how you said, like, you feel like you need, at a certain age, you need a mentor when you come in. You can't really do YouTube University. So how was it for you navigating when you first came in? Like, because I know a lot of the older doms that I do talk to, they talk a lot about the tech, how everything is online now, and it's like a little harder to navigate. Do you find that for you as well?
Yes, that was kind of difficult only because there's so many platforms. Like, I still don't really know how to use Discord. Like, I know in certain parts of my journey I am behind. I probably could be making more money if I understood the platforms better. But I legit get discouraged. I just don't even make accounts on some of them. Like, I literally only have a loyal fans. I want clips. And that's it.
Honestly, that's more than enough for some people, though. Like, if you're on something, I feel like if you're on something and it's working well for you, don't try to stockpile all these other websites.
It's just that fear of them shutting it down, which is way more apparent now. Look what they can do. And now the way our government is moving toward conservatism, I legit have a concern about that.
Yeah,
like
a lot of us do.
What's going to get shut down next?
Yeah, a lot of us do. That's why I try to tell people too, like, try to build those businesses offline as well. In-person events are still there. All these different websites. Build your own website, email marketing, all these different types of things. Don't put everything into one area. Prime example with like TikTok. Even though it was only down for like a couple hours, you had a lot of those creators saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose my source of income, and I don't know what I'm gonna do." And then you would ask them like, "Are you on other websites?" "No, I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook or all these other places." And yeah, these other places I'm hearing don't pay as well as TikTok, but you still need to be there because you don't know what's going on.
You have this like investing, diversify your portfolio, and not only that, but TikTok ain't even going to be the same now.
Yeah.
because now the government's hand is in it deeper
Yeah.
than it ever was. And I
Yeah.
really don't think it's going to be the same. I feel like it's going to go the way of X, and it's going to be heavily going one way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of negativity, you know, and that's the other thing I don't like. I
Yeah.
think that's a generational thing too. I feel like these new people are so negative, and there's
Yeah.
no sense of like loyalty. We used to
Yeah.
be loyal
Yeah.
on GP,
Yeah.
and now that's gone. Every man
Yeah.
for himself.
Yeah. I mean,
And I know self-preservation is the
it's a
first order of the
thing.
law.
Yeah.
I get that,
Yeah.
but
I
there's
mean,
no community.
you know, I
anywhere.
actually want to touch on that topic, but I want to go backwards. I want to rag on TikTok a little bit, because the funny thing is, people was laughing at me because I was like, I have nothing nice to say about TikTok, because I don't.
Mhm.
So when TikTok came down, I was like, oh well, whatever. Because let me tell you something, TikTok has flagged every piece of content I've ever put
Me
up.
too.
There's a fake page on TikTok that is thriving of me.
You.
Putting the same content up that I put up and got flagged for, y'all, is thriving. I don't know how many times I reported it, said it's impersonation, still has not been taken down. So with me and TikTok, it's never really been my platform. Don't get me wrong, I've used it for stuff like when I'm traveling and I want to find out new restaurants and stuff. But as in for my content, no. And then y'all know it's a whole thing with the TikTok doms. That's always a topic of discussion.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So like, for those who don't know, TikTok doms are like doms, and I use that word very
Lightly.
loosely, if not at all, are people that are on TikTok pretty much teaching others about financial domination, but teaching it in a way of where it's not really the truth. It's more so saying like, just log on and make this money today, like right away.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, because you were asking when I first started, what did I find?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was finding. And at first I was disillusioned. I thought it was that easy too. Because even my homegirl, she was making it seem that easy, because she does shibari, and she does sensual topping. So she didn't know really about financial domination. She just knew of you. So I was first seeing that, and she thought it was easy too. She said, yo, yeah, you should follow Mistress Marley, because she's getting that money like it was so easy.
Yeah.
And there's way more to it than just saying, pay me, pay pig. Like, there's way more to it.
See, the thing is, when people try to say, oh, you know, even that I make it look easy, if people actually study me and go on my pages, they would see I'm a marketing beast. Like, I'm always marketing, I'm always branding something, whether it's an event, whether it's a class, whether it's sessions I have coming up, whether it's content, whether I'm traveling, whatever it might be, I'm always branding and marketing. And I tell people too, people that think it's going to be easy, I always say, look at doms that have been doing this longer than you and see how much they are still actively posting almost every hour. They haven't stopped. So who are you to think as a new person you can come in, post once a month and make some money and then get off? And when that's not happening for you, now you're just like, fendom is fake or pro dom is fake or whatever. No, you don't have anything on your page. Fake. So I'm saying look at the ones before you. Like, I even look at people that came before me. Prime example, Madam Caramel. Every hour, post. Extremely active. So I tell people it's not about posting till you drive yourself crazy and this is all you can consume yourself with or whatever. But if you want to make steps like these people you look up to, look at how hard we are still working. We don't take the fact that, oh, we made $6,000 today and we can just stop for the rest of it. We don't look at that. And also, too, I see it as I'm always trying to grow my creativity.
Yes.
Like, for me, sometimes with the subs, it's not even all about the money. It's what can I do creatively to get to the next step, you know? So...
And I think, too, I research a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that that's lacking on the part of new doms, too.
More people need to do that.
I love reading blogs from subs and their fantasies I like to read. So, like, I go into those Reddit groups. That was a big learning curve for me. But that was a suggestion
Reddit is a lot, period, for a lot of people. I mean,
it's a lot.
I'm on Reddit for normal stuff, and the dom stuff, I still have to sit down and, like, study like I'm in school.
Yes. These people have they're like the Facebook. You know how people make fun of Facebook group moderators? They're like 20 times worse on Reddit. They're terrible. Like, every little thing, or you don't have enough karma. Then as you say, well how can I get... Some of them don't even tell you.
They're not worse than Fat Life moderators. Those Fat Life moderators let the power go to their head. Let me tell you something.
I can't stand it. Yeah. But I would say that in my journey, so I own like a med spa, and I have a lot of women too that come on my table, and I'm actually really open with the doming part of my life. So sometimes I talk to clients on the table, but I hear that same thing because most of my clients are age 35 and up. And so they'll be like, I've always thought about that, but I'm too fat because I deal with weight management mostly. And body contouring. So a lot of them have body issues and they're just like, could I do that with like this, shape like this? Or can I do that at my age? And I'm always like, girl, yes,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of women are like, I've always wanted to, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to be mean, or I couldn't see myself. I said, well, there's so many different aspects to this. It doesn't have to be what we call, and then you start teaching people impact play. You don't have to be hitting people.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more to it than sadomasochism.
Yeah.
So education is big, self-image, confidence. And I had these ladies, because I'm getting my one of the rooms in the spa done over. And she was telling me that she was talking to somebody else about me. And like, we were just saying, you're so free and you're so confident and how you don't care what people think. And I go like, I do. Like, honestly, I be scared.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
I push past that because I just don't want to be one of those people that didn't live a life I wanted to live.
Oh my gosh, I was just talking about that.
And that's what I like about Domme too.
I was talking about that with my best friend because I held a beginners only class the other day on Patreon. And, you know, one of the questions somebody asked was, how do I tap into my ego? Like, how do I tap into my dominatrix ego, my confidence? I feel like I don't have it. Feel like I have imposter syndrome, things of that nature. And, you know, I get that question a lot. And I think people, because, you know, when people follow people and they expect us to have these stories of why we got to where we were.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are waiting for me to say, oh, well, you know, I wasn't that confident when I was younger and then I had to grow into it. I always say, look, ever since I was 5 years old, I've known who I was.
Yeah.
Very bold person. I was the person at school that literally wore the craziest outfits. And I could hear people talking shit and talking about me. You know what I would say? I would say, ooh, I'm going to step it up tomorrow. I'm like, this not enough conversation. I need more conversation around my outfits. I know, and then also, you know, I'm one of those people too that fortunately I had parents that encourage my uniqueness.
Yes.
That, you know, when I was going to school in the morning, wanted to take pictures of my outfits and, oh, I saw this online. Do you want it? It looks like you will wear it or whatever. Because also, too, I have free parents. My mom's Aquarius. My dad's a Gemini. So, I mean, that together is like,
boom,
crazy within itself. But, you know, I try to tell people me coming into my ego was not a coming into thing. It was me. And I always say, too, like, imagine, and I get really blunt and just really in your face with this. Yeah. But imagine if you died today and you're dying with knowing you cared about what people thought about you. You in the afterlife. That's on your in the afterlife looking back like,
dang.
Damn, I really cared about what so-and-so was going to say when I stepped outside. So I try to tell people, like, sometimes, too, you got to just have it in you.
I know.
I try to be as real as possible when it comes to this industry. Yeah, like, you have to have it in you because you can't step into that session or that room with that sub and be just as nervous as them because 9 times out of 10, they're already nervous.
Yes.
You know, they already have nerves. So you can't step into that room with nerves either because the session will be awkward for you and awkward for them as well. So I just try to tell people, like, sometimes you just got to feel it. Sometimes you just got to be delusional, too. I try to tell people, be delusional. What's the quote? The Lulu is the Salulu. Like, yeah.
So I would say that I think that's the difference. So we're both air signs, but I'm Libra and you're Aquarius. And I think that's the difference between us because your story of you making your outfits as a little kid and stuff. So I remember like 3rd grade and stuff, I was always making my outfits. And I had bleached these jeans. I was like 9 years old. But I worked all night on this outfit. And in the morning, I was scared to wear it. I was like, no, Mom. My mom said, why you care what them kids think? Like, it was my mom saying, why you care what them kids think? You worked on that all night. Like, go ahead and wear it, you know. So I would say that's the difference. I had to, like, I had it, but I would be afraid, you know, at times because the thing that happened to you happened to me too, but it would affect me differently. Like when kids would be laughing at my clothes or something like that, I would be like, dang, this ain't work. See, it was different. I'd be like, oh, this ain't go over right.
I would put the outfit on. I would put the outfit on and look in the mirror and be like, no, it needs to be crazier. I'm like, this is not crazy enough. This is too safe. I'm like, this is too safe or whatever. And then like, I always just like to be like empowered. Like in high school stuff, I always had leadership roles. I remember I was the editor-in-chief for the yearbook, and I love that. That probably went to my head. I was like, she said something about my outfit last week. She ain't going in the yearbook. Like, I used to just always love like that type of power.
See, she was getting back with people.
So with some people, it's built in us, and with other people, you have to come into that. But also too, like, your ego and your dom style is different.
Yeah.
Egos aren't always like, when people hear ego, they think cocky. It's not always that.
No,
it could be
your persona.
right. It could be, you could be more sensual. You could be seductive. You could be sadistic. You could be goofy or bratty, corporal, all these different things. But it has to make sense for you.
It gotta make sense. Like, so for me, what I liked was just not following the rules. And that's what I've always been like. So I would push back on that. But like my individual style, like stuff like that, I don't know why I would care what the other kids would think. But as I got older, into high school, college, all that, it kind of fell away. And I think I went to high school for creative and performing arts anyway. So that's what helped me break totally through all those, like, because I'm from Philadelphia. So growing up in a city like that, you could get beat up for what you wear. Like, so it's just back in the 90s. They had, like, literally in Philly, they literally had one block only wore polo. One block only wore, like, D&G. Like, so it was that silly, but they would be fighting.
See, I went to school in a very rural town, very country. So much so we had like a hunting team, a hunt and shoot team. Like, it was very country. So it was definitely given Republican. It was a lot of Republican. So for me to even be who I was like that in that city, like, I loved it. I was like, let me mess with these people today.
Too.
Yeah, so
but I was always
country.
into the glam. We always was different. Like at prom, I wore pants. Like that was unheard of back then. And I was class president. I was junior class president, but I was like, I ain't gonna run next year. Let other people win. See, that's the difference. Like, she would have went the next year too, I bet.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
See, yeah.
Definitely.
I was like, I'm gonna let somebody else get the spot. I ain't even gonna run. But those similarities and differences I see in other people too. And it's just like I started giving a confidence course because that really is the key. One, asking these dudes for money. Like, I started talking to women like in my age group who want to get into this, and I've been doing my own little mentoring group, which, by the way, Mrs. Marley encouraged.
It's needed.
I love that about her too. Like, some people you go to, they don't want you to branch off on your own.
I'm gonna give y'all a little sidebar too, and we're gonna get back into what you were saying. I need more of y'all, and when I say y'all, Black women in this industry, BDSM kink, I need more of y'all to step up and start doing courses, classes, events, because I'm tired, okay?
I know that's
I'm tired of feeling like that everybody is looking towards me to hold the next thing. Don't get me wrong, y'all know I love holding events, and I love being around y'all and meeting y'all, new people, old people, whoever's coming. But for once, I want to go to an event and sit down and chill. And I want to be sitting there and just relax and eating somebody brunch or whatever
but then
it is.
You're probably going to be trying to figure out how you could have made it better.
No, see, I'm not going to do that.
Think so?
No, I would just more so, like, I'm observant anyway. But I see it as everybody has to learn from somewhere. Because, I mean, when I started out, I wasn't perfect. I probably did something where people came to my events and was like, she needs to fix that. And I probably saw them never again. But you learn different things. But y'all, please do some events. I want to come to stuff. But
I will definitely one day be doing that, because that's a dream of mine too. I want to just create spaces for women in general, especially women of color, and in my age range. Also, what I do, doing body care, body aesthetics, a lot of women don't even come in till their late 50s or early 60s and say, I'm doing this for myself. I've raised my kids and I've never done anything for myself. And I'm like, and you're getting a facial? Like, this is your first time getting a facial? You're 60? That has to stop. Like, that has to stop. Don't wait until you 1 foot in the grave before you start caring for yourself.
That's right.
That's another thing I think that with the doming, it comes in too. And I think also just having women talk to you. I've been really lucky, not even lucky, blessed and fortunate to have the mother that I had. Because she always, I still have, she's alive. But when I had my son, I have an adult son. And when I first had him, when she came to visit me, she gave me a gift. And she's like, this is for you, because everything from here on out is going to be about this little boy. She said, but I want to tell you, something nobody ever told me, which is don't lose yourself in your kids.
Mm-hmm.
She said, don't lose yourself in your husband. She said, always take time out for you.
Yeah.
Do for you. And I'm so glad I had that talk, because I still do experience like mom guilt a little, but not like generally speaking. Like, I don't always feel compelled to get my son something because I got myself something.
Mm-hmm.
And I always took time for my own mental health. And when I tell that story to other women, they always be like, I wish my mom had told me that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that gave me a little bit of an edge up too, I guess, on being able to look to take care of myself and not feel bad about it.
Right.
I always was sadistic too, so I had no problem being mean in that sense either. But I will say, asking for the money, requesting the money, turning it into demanding the money was my evolution.
So then, since we talking about money, let me ask you, how do you feel like you've done financially as a woman at your age? This, you know me, I'm all about the brag it out.
In fendom,
Yeah.
I think I've done very well. Speaking of the doms that have been around for a while, I got doms in my inbox that been doming for years, asking me for advice. Like, literally, like, I've been doing this 4 years, 5 years, 6, like, in my inbox, and I'm thinking, like, I'm just posting.
Okay, so then if you don't mind me asking, financially,
how
well have you done as a dom your age? Like, if you could throw out a number of like your first 2 years, how much you've made?
Well, I ain't been in 2 years yet. It won't be 2 years.
Well, period.
Yeah,
Coming up
really good. I would say my biggest whale, he paid. So for me, I had a lot of debt because I financed my own business. And so that's where all my fendom money's been going. So I haven't been splurging except for trips. But my biggest whale paid off one credit card. That card was like, it was almost like $5,000. He got me a new back door done. That was $2,600. And he was on a debt contract of $20,000 in 18 months. Yeah. So we
love a good debt contract
yet.
Right, but it got his ass on the lockdown.
He's doing $300 every Monday.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. As he should.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing too.
I would say maybe about 30,000.
Okay.
If I'm guessing.
I mean, that's good though for coming in.
I think
about like a year and a half.
I wish I was able to do all other type of stuff with it, but guess what? That debt is down.
But
and that credit score went up.
And I feel like, and to me, that's amazing for, to be in this type of career where you're doing that and you don't have to do anything to compromise yourself or who you are or whatever. Like,
no, not
see that, and that'd be the biggest thing I try to tell people. Like the opportunities are endless in financial domination if you really lock in and know what you want. Because some people don't know what they want. Some people want to come in and get that $20, $30, $40 tribute just so they can go buy Uber Eats. But if you look at it in the long term of what you really want, it can change your life.
And I think too, a lot of that stuff with them TikTok people, going back to that, they just must have mismanaged their money. Because if you're bringing in $30,000 a month, why are you crying that TikTok went away?
Yeah.
You should have
I saw that
money.
conversation.
That's a lot of money. You should have did something with that money.
Yeah, I saw that conversation on Twitter, and it was just like a whole thing. I don't know what's going on, but yeah,
even if you have $10,000 a month rent.
Yeah. They don't know.
What did you do with that money? Like,
some people see it as just fast money, Also, too, they're spending more than they're making, so they're spending it a little bit faster, or whatever. But that's why I tell people, invest. I teach a lot about investing.
She's very well-rounded. Plug real quick. I really believe that Mistress Marley's Patreon is the best out available. It really is.
And it's $5, y'all.
More people. The 21 is the best. Yo,
but the fact that it's $5,
you really can't get your basic information though, for real, for that $5 on that Patreon. It's a lot of information there.
Yeah. And there's community there as well. I think the biggest part I try to tell people, aside from the lessons, there's community. There's a whole chat where, yes, we're talking about fendom and being a dominatrix and everything BDSM, but we're also talking about other stuff. We have a spiritual chat, a chat for gamers. I just added. It's so much different stuff for us to really be community, because we were talking about this a little bit too. Community can be a little tough to come by.
It is.
In this industry. This is an industry where everybody wants to be on top, more so in the dom industry. I mean, I could have a whole episode about dom drama and all this different stuff and
Cutthroat.
cutthroat.
So
And I hate it because a lot of the newer girls see
hard.
that when they come in and they think like this is what this is, and it's just like no, it's not like that. And that's why I also
Yeah.
say too, like, you know, I had to do a lot of cutting off. I had to do a lot of just talking to myself of working with people, because in this industry you'll find a lot of people want to collaborate with you, but me personally, I don't collaborate with people based off of, oh, I like their outfits and I love the way they shoot and I love the way they do this. That plays a part because you want your stuff to look good. But for me, it's your character. It's who
Mhm.
you are. If I'm around you and I can't even hold a regular conversation, or I feel like you're just talking to me to get something out of me, I will not work with you. And anybody out there can come on my page and see I do not work with a lot of people.
Mhm.
I am very much so in my box.
Yeah.
Now, I can recommend people. I can say, oh, so-and-so does this, or so-and-so, you should reach out to them because they might have more experience in this.
Mhm.
But I don't work with a lot of people. Do I want to change that for the new year? Yes, I do. But also, bitches are shady.
They are. The only thing I was thinking too when I first came into this industry is to be really careful, because I'm real funny too about people around me, but I also get excited easy too when they seem like they have a really good vibe, and I'll be getting disappointed. Like I'm one of those people too, because I don't click with people like that. You've been out with me several times.
Yeah.
I don't like people.
Yeah.
So when I do, I be all hype, and then they end up doing something. I be like, dang. Like I always get my little innocence shattered. I'm
See,
like, dang, these girls will turn on you so fast.
Naturally, I treat everybody with respect, but in my head, I already know if I'm fooling with you or not. So, and the conversation won't go past beyond where we're at. You get what I'm saying? Like, you also have to know too, like some people move in this energy like snakes, dom, subs, whatever you want to say. People, everybody wants to get ahead. Everybody wants to be the next viral moment. Everybody wants to be the next this or that. Like, you just gotta know when to stay away from
I
that.
just want to be successful.
You are
I'm
successful.
Not sure
Ain't no
if I wanna
wannabe.
famous.
Ain't no wannabe.
That's the
You already
thing.
are. Like
Thank
what?
you for
We don't
saying
use those
that.
wannabe words. Y'all already know how
yeah.
I am with my manifestation and
Yeah,
stuff.
and I didn't even mean it like in the future. I just mean, you know how we equate success with fame? That's
Yeah.
all I meant by that. I don't think I want to be famous.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
sure I want that. I go back and forth in my mind. As a little girl, if you would have asked me, I would say, I want to be an all-around entertainer. And it would seem that my life was going that way.
But see, I think it's also about how you deal with it too. Because, you know, a lot of people see me and they say, oh, Mrs. Marley got this, that, whatever going on. But people don't know, when I log off of social media, that's it. I'm off. I'm not Marley. I'm whoever I am with my friends and my family. I'm into my interests. I'm doing things I want to do. I'm playing my games. I'm reading my books. I'm doing all this different stuff. Like you'll see online. That's another thing I want more doms to practice this year too, is not giving away too much of their private life. Because it could be used against you in the worst way. Like everybody does not need to know every trauma you've gone through, everything you've gone through or whatever. Like I just try to say keep it very professional.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I know we're getting late.
Yeah, we close to time. So I'm gonna do usually what I do sub mail. So sub mail, submissive mail, ha 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 ha. I usually read a message that I got from like a sub or something in the past couple weeks. This one I posted on my Instagram, but I want to dive into a little more. So the message was from a sub. It says, Mistress Marley, I've sent a large tribute on Cash App. Please give me instructions on putting hot sauce on my pathetic dick for torture purposes. We know what color that person was. They were white, of course, you know, because white people always have to take it there. You know, on this good old MLK Junior Day, I will say this. What's wrong with y'all white people? And, you know, that's the first thing I thought when I read that message, you know. Because majority of my clients are white males, and I always say, you know, there's nothing that they can say to me that will shock me. But when I read that, and it was mad early in the morning, my thing is that too. Like, it's 6, 7 in the morning. Why are you writing me this?
What?
Did I take that money on Cash App? Yes. Did I give him instructions on putting hot sauce on his dick? Yes. Did I want to laugh at him while he did it? Yes. And I sure did. So that's just the type of messages I get. And, you know, it's... You know, we try not to kink shame is what we call it. But to me, there's a line between kink shaming and just like, you putting hot sauce on your dick.
I
can only see what that feels like.
I tasked the sub. He had been locked for like 4 months. Well, since October. So 4, right? October, November, December, January. 3 months. And I had him unlock himself. And I said, because he got a really little dick. So I was like, I want you to see, how many condiment bottles you could fit your dick into. Don't you know this Bama started feeling it and started fucking the thing? The barbecue sauce.
Not the barbecue sauce, and probably put it right back in the refrigerator.
I told them to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, put it back in there.
Period.
All your white family can have the condiments when Daddy Dick was in it.
Y'all, this has been an amazing episode. Y'all know. Oh wait,
one last thing real quick. Yes. I had a sub mention to me that somebody copied my whole profile, my whole summary on a site. One that I didn't name, I forgot. I'm on one more. It starts with a T. He was like, I think he said, someone used your whole thing. They copied your whole thing and reached out to me. And they messaging them first, too. He's like, I just wanted to let you know.
Or annoyed?
I feel like it was karma. Because I had, when I first started, I did, not nobody whole profile, but a tweet. I tweeted somebody tweet. Madam Caramel, she corrected me too. But it was by accident. And I'm the type of person, I don't make excuses. I'll just apologize. But the backstory to that was, I was drinking and I was at a munch. And I'm thinking, I legit thought I reworded this lady tweet. I really did. I worked on it for 10 whole minutes. I woke up in the morning, they was cursing me out on X.
That's that tech stuff coming through it with the age. With the age, don't change.
Listen. They was coming for me, but I owned up to it. I was like, I thought I changed it. I said, but I didn't. Owned up to it, I was like, okay. Yeah, but the Dom kept coming for me. So I said, what else do you want from me?
Oh, my God.
And so then I just blocked her. But I said, I apologize. I said, what you want? I ain't make no excuses. I owned up to it. Yeah. So I felt like that somebody went 10 times more than I did because that was karma. So I just let it go. I ain't even messaged the person. I know who it was because he screenshotted it.
Yeah.
The sub. So I let that slide. That was my karma coming back. But y'all, don't do that.
Don't do that. That's another piece of advice.
Now we got chat GPT. Just put they tweet in there and reword it.
Don't even do that, y'all. Just try to bring it just try to bring it from out your mind. And if you can't bring it from out your mind, just take a little step back.
Just step back
and put some thoughts together. Don't take that,
y'all. And I was doing good too in the beginning, but it's just. Don't be in your head too much with this. Just be you. Like, look at me. Like, also, I want to say it too before we leave. I don't have, and also that same person that I had stole their tweet had told me I should dress more Dom-like. This person been in the business for a really long time. They about my age, too. But they said, you should dress more Dom-like. And at first, I was thinking I should, and I started. But I'm like, that's not me. I'm eclectic. I've been eclectic my whole life. And I know when it comes to branding, that's not exactly how you should do it. But I am who I am. So I wear all different type of stuff. Yeah. And I don't wear latex and leather all the time.
I tell the girls that all the time. Like, when I first started, I was wearing a lot of leather and latex. Now I just dress how I want to dress. I say I'm very prissy. I'm very glam. I like to be that type of person, but you can just be whoever you want to be.
Yeah. So, and that's that.
With that being said, do you want to tell us about the pages we can follow you on, your Instagram, Twitter?
Sure, yes. I am Pay Delana on on X, formerly known as Twitter, Pay_Delana, Dealana, like a deal. And then on Instagram, I'm Soul Intuition, because I never changed my Instagram. And I lost a lot of followers at first. But I tried to announce it.
They probably was like, what is this?
They was like, ew. I announced it. I was like, I'm exploring a different side of myself. Feel free to unfollow now.
And they unfollow.
You know what they did? They reported first. Then they unfollowed.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Haters. But yeah, you can find me there. And then all my links. I would have a website, but I don't.
Well, that's coming too. It comes with time.
It
comes with time.
But I do have my all my links.
Period. And you heard it here first, y'all. Those are the links to follow Delana at. Please follow her. I love her content. It's really, really good. Content is funny, too. I remember when you first started posting your Dom content. I was like, you had them at, I think y'all was at the
7-Eleven.
Yeah, the 7-Eleven, the convenience store. That was so funny.
I had them making me a Slurpee.
Yeah, check that out for sure. But y'all, this has been a great episode back. Fendom Boot Camp is coming up on February 4th, I believe. Yes, I have so much going on. The final Goddess Brunch in New York will be February 22nd. I say the final because, like I said before, I'm moving to Atlanta in April. So this will be a jam-packed event. For those that have been to a Goddess Brunch before, y'all know how it runs. I'm adding a little bit more stuff to it this time. Great food, networking, all those different things. Y'all know the tickets go fast. So tickets will go up on February 29th. All right, so be on the lookout. Not February 29th, Lord. That's after the event. Ugh, it's the champagne. Tickets will go up on January 29th. Make sure you grab those tickets because they do go fast. Then we have House of Dom and Nola, May 1st through the 4th. I might add some more seats to that. I'm trying to focus on getting to more cities this year, y'all. I really, really am. I know it's a lot. I'm trying to go to different places too. Might hit Canada. Might do an event in London. Might do something.
I love London.
In Mexico. Who knows? I'm going to be everywhere. You can follow me on Instagram, House of Marley, HAUS of Marley. You can follow me on Twitter, Eyes X on Fire, EYESX on Fire. On YouTube, I'm official Mistress Marley. I think that's all my pages.
There's so many.
Right now. Yeah, so many. Patreon is always $5. That price will never change. We are celebrating 5 years of Patreon this year in April. So I'm very, very excited. Thank you. So I'm going to have something special for that. Trying to think of something I can do for everybody on that day. We're all over the world, y'all, so that's going to be hard. And with that being said, we are out of here. Bye.
Deuces.
Yay.
Yay.